will be the first African American, the first woman to chair the powerful Financial Services Committee. That's all of Wall Street. That's all the insurance companies. That's all the banks.
All right, Maxine Waters is sending a warning to banks and to Wall Street. I'll be the new sheriff on the House Financial Services Committee if, of course, Democrats, as expected, depending on the polls you look at, take control of the House. Not necessarily a given, but that does seem to be a consensus developing here. Charlie Gasparino on the fallout if that happens and she is in charge. What do you think?
I've been doing a lot of reporting on this, speaking with people close to her and close to the banks, and maybe it's everybody's like looking at a glass half full scenario. Right. The banks are saying they think they can have a constructive relationship with her. There will be certain real issues that are near and dear to her heart. For example, lending to minority communities, poor communities. She represents her district in L.A. I think it's outside in L.A. I think she does it very well. She's been doing it for a long time, and she has these issues.
Wins by landslide.
Right, and she has these issues, and she's going to. CRA will be a big issue, I guess.
Community Reinvestment
Yes.
Act.
I think if I don't get the sense, though, from the banks that they're fearing her. There's been some outreach. Now, speaking with her people, they're saying the same thing. They're going to have to do certain things for us, but we don't perceive, they're telling me they don't perceive like a massive, adversarial relationship. I mean, she's not Elizabeth Warren, is what I've been told.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So they're prepared for that. When you say outreach, is it on the part of financial institutions to her or her folks to them?
Both. I mean, I think there's been, listen, she's been on that committee for years.
Absolutely.
So they know her. And she's not Elizabeth Warren, they feel. So where will she focus on? And the things I keep hearing is much more political stuff that may involve Trump. I mean, I think that's where you'll see these committee chair, and it's not just going to be her. Elijah Cummings will be on the investigative committee.
That's right.
There'll be others that lead that will be using their committee assignments to basically go after the president in any way they can. I mean, for all I know, Maxine Waters will be subpoenaing his Trump's tax returns. Maybe they'll figure there's some sort of regulatory issue there.
So just to be clear, Elijah Cummings would take over the House Committee on Oversight,
right,
and Government Reform. Adam Schiff,
an investigation, right?
The House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Maxine Waters, of course, Financial Services. That's a powerful trio going after the White House.
Now think, why would they go after banks when their real object of scorn is the president?
So that's what you're saying, that will be all three of these guys' priority.
From what I understand, they'll figure out ways to go at him. And I think, I don't know which one of those committees can do it, but, the name I keep hearing is Ben Carson at HUD. They believe that he has not been a very good HUD chair. They believe they could show that Carson has been so lame at his job that they can probably gin up votes from poor minority communities based on his, what they will say is his lack of leadership at HUD. So I think they're going to...
Don't they have to get the Senate to go along with the same approach?
Yeah, not to hold hearings, though. I mean, I think a lot of this will be like regulatory, investigative drama, which is a pain in the neck. You got to go before them. But that's what I hear they're going to do. They're going to look at using their committees. And Maxine Waters, who I'm trying to get an interview with, and for some reason she keeps dodging me. I don't know why. Is it maybe because I work at Fox?
Yeah, it could be a problem.
That could be a problem.
It could be just you.
Maybe just me.
You're distasteful, regardless of where you work.
But I'm, me. I'm fair and balanced.
Let me ask you a little bit about, and you are, by the way, very fair and balanced. You tick off both sides. So let me ask you about the midterm possibilities here. The House goes one way, the Senate stays the other way. That has usually been good for Wall Street.
Yeah, I mean, that's gridlock. And by the way, the Senate is one way and the president is one way, right? And so, and plus, if Ruth Bader Ginsburg decides to retire, right, which a lot of people keep saying, you can get another Supreme Court justice through. I mean, that is, and by the way, markets generally like gridlock and more conservative, free market leaning justices. So if the Republicans can maintain control of the House, Senate, if they take the House, that's the real issue. What will the markets do if they take the House? I mean, one thing that we're going to have to do that night is watch the futures, see how the futures react.
Absolutely.
Tuesday, I'll be watching that Tuesday with a martini glass in my hand while you're working.
Well, you are helping out, aren't you? I mean, you're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, well, I'm a big deal at the bar
Well,
at Del
Frisco's. Then we're reporting live from the bar here. Real quickly, in 1982, Ronald Reagan was president. Democrats in that midterm picked up 27 seats, yet the S&P rallied 3.9% the next day. 6 months later, up almost 18%. A year later, up 20%.
You know, he had a good relationship with Tip O'Neill.
He did. Very constructive.
And it was constructive. I think the Democratic Party was a lot different than it is now. This is much more.
Well, both parties are a lot different.
Yeah, no, you're right. But although I think there are certain. I mean, listen, if you look at Donald Trump's tax, I quibble with the details of his tax, like how he finagled the tax reform, but they're not that much different than Reagan. Reagan was more on the personal income side. He's on the corporate side.
But you never say never, right? Things can change.
It could change.
Right.
I mean, who knows? Listen, this is all done by fractions. Like, they may pick up 60 seats for all we know.
You never know. And the weekend before, things change. Yep. So we'll watch it very closely. Thank you, buddy. We'll be going live to him, Houlihan's, that night. But